Welcome to another video, Walk on the Wild Side, and I'm on the road in this video. I am just making my way to Blackpool Promenade, currently the South Shore area. It's a Friday night, it's just after 10 o'clock, and what a gorgeous sunset we've had tonight. I'm just going to make a right turn here onto the promenade. In fact, I'm a bit disappointed because I was half expecting the illuminations to be on. I was really hoping they'd be lit up, but they're not, I'm afraid. They've been testing the illuminations over the past week or so. Oh, they might be lit up further up. We'll take a look, shall we? But I'm taking a drive into town. We'll take a look and see what it's like in the town. Nice warm day today, Friday, getting ready for a busy weekend. We'll see what it's like. The tower's nice and lit up. On the right hand side is where the St Chad's Hotel was. Yeah, look at that big empty space there on the right hand side. That's the Lindeen Hotel, the blue one there. But just look at that sky over there, folks. That sky is gorgeous. Yeah, so I'll make my way towards town. Bit disappointed that the illuminations aren't on. Loads of people back outside the Lindeen, by the way. Loads of people sat outside there. It's a nice warm night tonight. It looks like it's going to be a decent weekend. Could be some thunderstorms. That's the thing, you see. Whenever we get the heat, we always tend to get the thunderstorms. We're just coming up to Manchester Square now, where we've got the station on the left there, the treatment station, the pumping station. You can see them pipes there. Those are called venting blades, and there used to be like a chimney, like an extractor chimney, if anyone remembers that, the black and white chimney there. And before that, there used to be a windmill up here, up this way, a windmill on top of well, it was on top of the building that was there before, I don't know. But we're just going past Manchester Square, and Manchester Square is actually where Blackpool got its name. I've spoke about it a few times because it was where Spendyke ran into the sea. We're going back about 400 odd years. It was the Blackpool, the peaty water from Spendyke ran into. And on the right hand side we've got the Foxhall pub. That's where probably the oldest significant building was constructed in Blackpool. It was built by the Tyldesley family, like a summer house. They were from I think they were from the St Michael's area, and that was like a summer house for them. And back then, I mean, we're going back 350 years or so, 1675 I think we're going back to there. And all this here was just wild coastline back then. There was nobody really lived here apart from people that maybe, you know, that fishing people, that sort of thing. Just going past the central pier. There's quite a few people here. It's reasonably busy. At least the tower's lit up. A little bit disappointed in the illuminations not being lit up, because they have been lit up they've been lit up all last week actually. North Pier's lit up. Going past the waxworks there. That's the RNLI building on the left hand side. Funland Arcade. Funland was probably the most popular arcade that we went in when we were younger. When Barry Noble, one of the big people in Blackpool who owned the arcades, he went on to buy Coral Island, which we're just going past now. And just the other side of Coral Island, you see that big black building there? That's supposed to be the Sands venue, and the Blackpool Museum, the Showtown Museum. It currently has the Spyglass Bar and the Wild West Diner. That used to be the Palace building, the Palace nightclub. Woolworths building on the right hand side, 1938, the flagship store. Albert and the Lion pub there on the front. 1938 the flagship store. 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 1938 the fl Loads of people sat outside the Albert and the Lime. Just going past the Blackpool Tower now. Comedy carpet on the left hand side. On the right hand side, that building there used to be the Lewis's department store. Before that it was the Palace Theatre. It looks very bland, that building, you know, really, really bland. I did like Lewis's, and the Palace Theatre that was there before Lewis's was a very, very grand building. When it was first constructed, it was called the Alhambra, and I believe it had the first escalators in the country, the first escalators, yeah, in the Alhambra. Papa's Fish and Chips on the right hand side. I went in there, going back a while now. Shenanigans there on the right hand side. And then we've got Yates's and Feldman's in the Feldman's arcade building there. The old music hall. North Pier on the left, of course. Straight ahead we've got the Metropole. I'm going to make the turn into Talbot Square. Cenotaph there as well. Look at that sky. I'll tell you what, it's a bit lively in town. There's a lot of people around. Quite a lot of people around here. We're just turning into Talbot Square. When will the trams be going up these tracks? I have no idea. No idea. But this is Talbot Square. Oh, I can hear music all over the place. There's a lot of people over there outside the Trilogy nightclub on the left-hand side there. We're just going up Clifton Street. There's some very nice restaurants up here, by the way. They've got their own little illuminations as well. Just past the Premier Inn, which used to be the Yates's Wine Lodge. Marvin's Bar, that was banging in there, Marvin's Bar. Twisted Street Food, Indian, Italian restaurant, the Mandarin, Chinese. This is Talbot Square. Sorry, this is Abingdon Street. That's the old post office there. That's been shut since, when was it? 2000. Was it 2008, or am I going back too far? I don't know. Abingdon Street. Oh, it's kicking up a bit there on the left-hand side. Kicking off in Blackpool. I'm not allowed to turn right here, you know. Unless you're a taxi, you're not allowed to turn right here. It does seem pretty lively, I have to say. So if we head straight down here, you can see we've got the station pub on the left. I think that was O'Neill's last year. It's now the station. Just on the right hand side here is the Galleon Bar. That's very popular. It's like a live music venue, the Galleon. It's actually really good. It's worth a look if you're coming to Blackpool. Let's have a little look down here, shall we? Queen Street. This is where it all goes on down here, Queen Street. Look at this. Bit quiet at the moment, I'd say. Oh, I can hear music all round. Look at that. Sherlock's on the left. There's a new place there, Cowboy something. Obviously we've got Bar 19, Walkabout, of course, and just down here we've got the Soul Suite. I'm not allowed to go down there unless I'm a taxi, so I'm going to turn around. That's the Strand straight ahead, and that takes you back to Talbot Square. I'm just going to turn around, but there are a lot of people around here, I tell you. It's quite lively. I mean, it could be busier, but I think the night is still fairly young. But Slug and Lettuce on the left hand side there. That's Sherlock's on the right, Bar 19 again. There's a place there called Cowboy, which looks quite interesting. They're playing some pretty loud music in there anyway, yeah. I'm being a bit lazy tonight, folks. I couldn't be asked walking, so we're having a drive around. So let's take a look up here, shall we? We'll go on to Dixon Road, Mark Kelly's. We'll have a little look up there, shall we? This is Springfield Road. This takes us up to Dixon Road and where like the Pride Village starts. See, there's a lot of neon up here. So we've got Funny Girls on the right hand side here. Just on the left hand side we've got some of the gay places there. We've got Man Bar on the left hand side, Gin and Bear It. This is Funny Girls. Look at all the people outside Funny Girls, look. Great showing Funny Girls. This is Dixon Road. New Chippy on the left there, the Catch. And just down here we've got Mark Ellis on the right hand side. Pretty quiet outside Mark Ellis actually. I can hear loud music in there, but there's not much going on outside. Coming back down Talbot Road now along the tram tracks. They have tested the trams up and down here, but when they will, that's the Victoria on the left, it's quite lively in there, you know. When they'll get, oh look, there's people here, there's people here, they must be going to that cowboy place, mustn't they? Look, they're all dressed up there, look, with the cowboy hats on. When will the trams be running up here? Well, that's anyone's guess. But at least we don't have to dodge them. There's a new place there called Big Cat Sports Bar on the left hand side. That might be worth checking out. Just on the right hand side we've got the Little Black Pub, and then we've got the Trilogy nightclub there on the right. There's always a lot of people, a lot of young people want to go in the Trilogy. And now that's a town hall straight ahead, the old town hall. I don't know what they're doing there now. They use it for meetings of course, but I think a lot of the building is probably empty now. I'm going to take a left here, North Pier straight ahead. Let's turn left here and go down Market Street. Great view of the tower. There's quite a few places down here. We've got the back of Yates's, we've got another Wetherspoons. And by the way, the Leighton Rakes Wetherspoons here plays banging music at the weekends. It's one of only a few Wetherspoons in the country that do. I'm going to turn left here. Brannigan's on the corner there. Just up here we've got Burley Street, that's with the big archway with the music and the lights. Rose and Crown Pub on the corner there. If you're coming for Rebellion, that's where they hold the Rebellion Festival. That's where the new Tash nightclub is. But we're coming back round again now. We've had a little drive around town. Like I say, I'm being a bit lazy tonight, folks. A little bit lazy. Bringing you a bit of the atmosphere in Blackpool though. I can hear some banging music coming from the counter now. That building on the left is the old Clifton Foreshores. It's the Foreshores Hotel now. I believe that was its name. Going back a while. Clifton Hotel. The name Clifton, by the way, comes from the Clifton family, who owned quite a lot of the land up here when Blackpool was expanding. I can hear music all over the place. I can hear music from the North Pier. I can hear music from the Counting House. It's a real mishmash of music, but it's a good night in Blackpool. Coming back down again now on the promenade. Shenanigans and Yates's on the left hand side. Seems fairly quiet at the moment. Some people getting into the Irish dancing spirit there. There's the old Robert's Oyster Rooms building on the left hand side there. You can see that on the old photographs. It's basically, I think they still sell seafood there, but it's not like what it used to be. Is that someone laid out on the floor there? Oh, I think they're alright. Might be a busy night for the emergency services. Get quite a few people up for stag and hen do's. Just going past the tower again. It's quite a crowd outside the tower there. Just going back past the Coral Island again there. I'm going to turn left here. We'll take a little look up the Central Drive, shall we? Before we finish. There's the Golden Mile there. Plenty of places to get food. Look at that place there, and all lit up there and playing banging music there. I'm going to turn right here onto Bonnie Street. I can hear bangs and fireworks going off and everything. Wow, we're going down the back of the arcades now. That's the police station, the old police station there. Designed by Roger Booth. He was like a famous architect from the 60s, designed nuclear bomb-proof buildings. And we're just going under this bridge here, which takes us over to, it's like a bridge to the court. New Bonnie Street, the pub there, used to be called the Pump and Truncheon. All that set to be demolished on the left-hand side. The Magistrates' Court, the police station, all that. Oh, by the way, that's the Stanley Arms straight ahead. We're now on to Chapel Street. I'm going to take a left here. Loud music coming from the Stanley. You can see the car park on the left-hand side. Look at that, the car park. That's a new multi-storey car park. It's the first phase of the Blackpool Central development. Blackpool Central, the first phase, that car park there. It's going to take a long time to finish it though, because like I said, they have to knock down the police station and the Magistrates' Court, so they need to move. Obviously the police have moved. They moved a long time ago, about 5 years ago, and probably more than that. But the Magistrates' Courts now need to move. They need to find a place for it, and I'm not too sure where they're going to go. But we're looking at Central Drive now, and this is where it gets a little bit, Central Drive, yeah. It's a butt of all jokes, Central Drive. But here we go. Usually get beer monsters sitting on those steps there. The cigarette waste art gallery, yeah. Central Drive has seen better days, there's no doubt about that. The Tesco down here, they've got a Tesco Express. It's just on the left-hand side. I believe you need to ring a bell to get in. It's it's one of those places, yeah. A bit like going into a pawnbrokers or something, you know, like an expensive jewellers or something. But it's looking pretty quiet on Central Drive down here. It is an interesting part of Blackpool. It's actually quite a long road, Central Drive, but it's this particular section here where it's quite run down. The rest of it's not too bad. Sorry about that, I just had a mishap right at the end. The recording just cut off, so I've turned around and we get to see this fantastic view of Blackpool Tower from this part of Central Drive. So I thought I'd just bring you this before I finish. Sorry I couldn't bring you the illuminations. I was really expecting when I started the video that I was going to be able to see the illuminations lit up again like we had been last week, but unfortunately they've not got them on tonight, and all the people here in town. But just look at this amazing view of Blackpool Tower. It's like a beacon of hope for Central Drive. What do you think, folks? There you go. I hope you like this video. If you do, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I'll see you again on the next one.